Okay, over to you, Beta.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this series of Gdsc-Ui we have today. Today is our Gdsc-Ui Demo Day. We'll be taking you guys through the solution challenge. I know most of us are currently working on the solution challenge. So we'll be taking you guys through the solution challenge, the previous winners, and how we can make their own solutions come out strong and win this year edition. So kindly stay with us throughout this journey and watch as our lead, Victoria Ayodeji, here, take us through the presentation. Welcome everyone. We're happy to have you on board.
Okay,
Hello,
thank
Victoria. Are
you
you
so
there?
much for that introduction, Beta. Yes, thank you. Let's get started. Let me share my screen and then it starts. So, as you all know, my name is Victoria Ayodeji and I'm the lead for the Google Developer Student Club, University of Ibadan. Thank you for joining us. If you are just joining us on YouTube Live, please introduce yourself in the chat section, your name and your location. Confirm if you can see my screen. Am I audible and can you see my screen? Omolayo. Thank you for joining us. If you are just joining, please introduce yourself so we can get to know you, your location, and your name. So today I'll be taking you all through how to submit your demo videos for the Solution Challenge 2022. The Solution Challenge was organized by Google for all Google Developer Students Club to compete and build solutions. So, what is Google Developer Student Club? GDSC are university-based community groups for students interested in Google Developer technologies, and we have over 1,500 clubs in over 100 countries around the world. Yeah, so that takes us to the Solution Challenge. The Solution Challenge is a competition for university students to build solutions for problems in the community using Google technology, right? And the kind of problems they are solving must focus on at least one of these SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals from United Nations. 17 of these goals, no poverty, zero hunger. There's just like a lot of them, and you can choose at least one of these to solve. So, um, the challenge was kickstarted in January, and this is March. The deadline for submission of demo videos would be on March 31st. So, from January to now, we expected that students that are participating in the solution challenge must have chosen at least one of the SDG and then must have started developing their solutions since submission is in the next 5 days. That's the deadline for submission. So you can always start submitting your solutions from now if you are ready. Um, like I said, the timeline for this year started in January and submissions opened on March 15th and would end on March 31st. So in April, we are looking to hear from Google about the top 50 teams that will be announced um, globally. So those top 50 teams will then contest for top 10 finalists. That will be in June, and then after then there will be the top three winners. I think the top 10 finalists that will contest will hold in either November or December for them to choose the top three winners. Yes. So that would take us to how can you win? What are they looking for in your solutions? So that is the judging criteria. Judging criteria is divided into two: impact and technology. Impact takes 60 points and technology takes 40 points. Impact includes the following: one, does your entry establish a clear challenge focused on one or more of the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals? Two, how effectively does the solution address the challenge identified by the team? Three, is there evidence of a next step? Does the team display a plan for future extension? Is there evidence that the solution has been thoroughly tested with real users? Is there evidence that the solution was iterated upon based on user feedback? So, according to people that make it to top 50 teams, we had our info session in February last month, and we invited one of the top 10 finalists for the 2021 challenge. So you mentioned that your solution must have been tested by real users for you to get points and stand out from all other contestants, basically. And for the technology part, they want to know, did you use Google technology? Does the video demonstration show the working solution? Has the team made effective product and technical decisions for their solution? So those are the technical aspects, and that takes 40 points. So that takes us to how they distribute the prizes. Yeah, so we have four categories. Above all, we have all participants that register and make a submission. They will receive a Google Developer digital profile badge and an official certificate that you can always showcase on your CV or resume, right? And then for the top 50 teams, they would receive customized mentorship from Googlers and experts to take solutions to the next level, a branded t-shirt, and a certificate. All of this will be given to the top 50 teams. So the top 10 finalists, they would receive additional mentorship, a swag box, opportunity to showcase solutions to Googlers and developers all around the world at the Demo Day Live on YouTube. The contest finalists would receive swag box, additional, and each individual from each additional 7 recognized team will receive a cash prize of $1,000 per student. Um, That's why they said your team must be at least 1 to 4 people so that your winnings will not exceed $4,000. So the contest finalists, we have top 10, then they'll pick top three. The top three would receive cash prize of $3,000 each for each person in a team. So let's say your team has 3 people, you guys will receive $3,000 each. So that's the price. And for the 7 other teams that did not qualify to be top three, they would receive $1,000 each as students in a team, right? So that's what you stand to gain. Another thing you stand to gain is that you can apply these technical skills that you have to build solution for your community, and you can also add the fact that you participated in a solution challenge in your resume. Let's say you're applying for a software engineer role, you can say, okay, I built this, I built that. Yeah. So that's for the prices. So I would not be able to play these videos this time, but I will share the link on the group so you guys can check them. Yes, like I said, so if you go to YouTube and you click and you search Solution Challenge 2021 Demo Day, you can see all these videos and check through the people that made it to the top team and learn from what they built, right? But at this stage, I want to believe that you already started building your solutions, and maybe the only thing left is to wrap things up, dot your I's, cross your T's. Basically, we have 5 days left to deadline, and yeah. So for the SDGs, you guys might have been wondering what are they. They are just the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals that they hope to achieve by 2030. We are in 2022, so yeah. So people believe that in order to solve problems, we have to start from our own immediate environment, build solutions for it. The 2021 challenge was only one team from Africa that made it to the finalist stage. They built an app, a flow app. The app is called Flow. Yes. So what the app does is like very simple. The app uses Google Maps technology to find places where there is water. So I think in their community they have water problems, and when you start looking around to fetch water, you can just check the map to see where there is water available, maybe tap or stream water, right? And yeah, I think it's basically for students in that community to get water. Yes, so that's the idea of building for your community. So if you look at this slide, you would see that they divided the 17 SDGs into different groups. We have people are the people part is the first five: no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality. This focus on people. Then the planet, we have clean water and sanitation, and prosperity, peace, partnership. So I think for the planet part, we all know that there is global warming happening right now, and we need to protect our planet. So that's like one of the problems that needs to be solved. So how to take action? They believe that in order to solve one of these problems, you should just like pick an SDG, focus on it, register for solution challenge, and take action, build, right. That's So moving to the part of building your solution, there are different steps that you need to take. Um, Kindly note that you have to use at least one Google technology, and there are different several technologies that you can use from Google or in order for your idea to qualify or your solution. So the first step is to ideate. You find your team, you uncover a problem to solve, then you match it to a United Nations goal, and then you begin thinking about solutions. Then you move to the prototype stage. So you should have maybe built something, then you test it with your colleagues, let them use it, and then you say, okay, this should work. And then you move to the build and test phase. Then you pick a tech stack and you begin building. So there are like different parts that you can choose. Web, Android, the website, an Android app, iOS app, anything. Then you deploy your project, and all of this, to be hosted on GitHub. And when you want to make your submission, they would definitely ask for your GitHub repo where you guys codes are, and then they would go through it and choose the top 50 things. So that's for that. So moving to the Google technology, Google products that you can use. There is TensorFlow, Google Cloud, Firebase, progressive web applications, Android Flutter to build your project. Google products are not limited to these. There is Google Maps, there is Google Assistant. There are like a lot, right, that you can use to build your projects. You can build your project with JavaScript and then host it on Google Cloud, right? So just make sure that you are using at least one of those. So for all of this, there are like learning resources, TensorFlow, Google Cloud that you can use if you just want to learn how to build um, a solution. So let's move to the sample architectures, the way your project should be. So when building, you should, ideate, then prototype, and then design. So maybe your UIX designer will design the screen, and then before the developer can develop, it will really make your work easier if you have a an architecture that your technical workflow would follow, right? So something like this. So let's say this is TensorFlow model. You can have it train the images first, and then you build the model, and then you can then infuse it into your mobile app, right? So this is another one, mobile app. You can use cloud to store. You can build with Firebase. They're just like different options that you can use. So let's start building. But this is just like a recap of all the whole process. We've had our info session. We've done like a lot already. We had info session. We had opening events. So it's just like a rounding up ceremony for all of this. And I just had to do like a recap so that you can get everything I'm saying. So currently the link to submit your demo is out. If you have any questions, please kindly ask it now before I proceed to how you can submit your demo. So I'll walk you through how you submit your demo. If you have any question, just drop it in the comment section. Okay, no question. Okay, let me move to how to make your submission um okay, let me just walk you through how to make submission. Um, so let me try to share my screen. Okay, please confirm if you can see my screen. Please confirm if you can see my name right now.
Not yet. Still loading.
Hello, Victoria. I see sharing.
Ubeda, can you try loading the link I dropped on your end so you can just share your own screen instead? The link
I
I
should open
dropped
the
in the
link,
comments.
right? I should
Yeah,
open it.
it's a Google Form link for submission.
Okay, so should I share my screen?
Yes, yes. Are you sharing your screen?
Can you guys see my screen?
Let me add it to stream. Okay, I'll add it to stream now. Can you guys hear the background music?
Yes.
Okay, let
Yes,
me
I
mute
can.
it. So okay, that's the. Can you zoom in a bit? Let me see. Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Yeah. So for
So
that's fine. Like the beginning.
okay.
Okay. So okay. So for submission, deadline is on the 31st of March, and you should have at least 1 to 4 people in your team. The maximum number of person per team is one is four. Yes. So please scroll up. So after submission, they will announce the top 50 team in May. So I'll just walk you through how to fill the form. Email, you enter your own email address, and can you scroll up down? Yes. Then solution name, your name of your project. That one is easy to fill. Can you just fill it? Can you fill it? Or no, no, don't worry, don't worry. So your team member email address. They assume that your email address is is the first team member. So like the next person email address will be the number two person, the second member. So the first email address at the top they collected is the team lead. Let's assume that's the team lead. Then your team members. If you guys are three, if you guys are three, you would input your email address. If you are just the only person, there is no point filling this team members part. Just input your own email, and that's why the this part is not required. So can you scroll up? Okay, so for this part, they want to know if you are a part of a GDSC, because the one of the criteria is that you have to be a member of a GDSC. If you are a university student, you can choose GDSC. UI. So you can choose yes. But if you want to join, let's say maybe you're a graduate and but then you are affiliated to GDSC in, let's say, Ibadan or Unilag or any university that has GDSC, you can just choose no, and that's fine. But then you must make sure that at least one person in your team is a member of GDSC, like a member, right? So scroll up. So yeah, you can choose which GDSC you are on. Yes, you can just scroll up on, and then they will ask if you are a lead, a core team member, or just like you're an ordinary member in your. You can try filling it. Just choose UI, GDSC UI. GDSC University of Ibadan. Did you choose it?
No,
You can unmute your mic so I can know what you're saying. Vida. Just go to Nigeria, like down, down, down. Or you can just drag this tiny um stuff besides to just take you to end. It's faster.
hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Sorry, my system is slowing
You
down.
can drag this tiny arrow. I be this tiny button. What's the word?
Is
This
it
black
this one?
thing. You can just drag it down. It's like red. Can you see it?
So it's dragging the
Yes.
background.
It's not working.
Yes.
Cause like N is like very far. Nigeria.
I don't know
Yes.
why there's no a search feature on my phone. Following it to me.
Is that button not working?
It's easy.
I think when she tried it, stuff was dragging the background.
Oh, okay.
It's dragging the background instead.
Okay.
I don't know why there is no search feature button there.
There's no search. But can
Button.
you do like this normal scroll on your with two fingers? Just like scroll up. Like I don't know. Like
It's dragging
I
the
don't know if
back
you get.
instead of the
No,
front.
like your mouse pad just with two fingers. Does it work in a laptop with
I'm
two
not
fingers?
with it.
Just drag it up
I'm
the
not
way
using a
you.
mouse right now.
Okay. How long is this going to take? Are you using the down arrow?
Yes. Should I use the up?
Just click on it like for a long time. It's still far, so you will not pass. Just hold on that button.
No. Why isn't there this much?
Did you long press on that button?
Yes, that's what I'm doing.
Wow. Okay, I'm just like the list is 1,500 clubs.
I should.
Just continue, don't worry. I'm saying the list is pretty long, 1,005 people.
Eh, God, the Indian is so much.
Welcome, Emmanuel.
People told us the phone to that we use that to school. Don't know why.
You guys should turn on your camera. Let's see your beautiful faces. Thank you, Emmanuel. Should we just leave it and move on?
Exactly. But then,
I think we should just leave it. For sure, you are this thing will be there. So
I think it's because maybe you can try reducing
hello,
the
can you
Zoom
hear me?
stuff. Like, eh?
I said I think we should just leave it and move on.
Okay, so let's
okay.
continue.
So, this is here.
So for the part, okay, yeah. So then they'll ask, who are you on the team? If you are a lead or a core team member or just an ordinary member, right? So you would choose one of those. So then, can you guys still hear the background music?
No.
Yes, I can
Okay.
hear it from my end.
Okay, so then Please share which GDS related activities your team participated in. They want to know which one you attended, right? So we, for our own school, we've done Google organized the kickoff event, right? And everyone was advised to attend. I don't know how many people attended that one, but from our own end, we did the design day. You can mark it, the design day, the info session, kickoff event. Ubeda, you can mark it, you can tick it. So please scroll up. Okay, we did technical workshop. Did we do the regional? And right now we are doing demo day, so yeah. So then they will ask when your project started. Your project must not be older than 1 years old. Yeah, because they will also track your GitHub, everything that you did, and the date it was created, everything, just to know that you are legit. And okay, then they will ask which United Nations Sustainable Development Goals your solution is solving for. So your solution might be solving for more than one. Can you scroll up? Just any of down, please. Yeah, so you can choose any of these goals. If it's just one, zero hunger, then just choose that. If it's just quality education, if it's more than one, good health, just anything you are solving, basically, just choose for it. So the next question. So this is just what they ask on the submission form when you want to submit your demo to for the solution challenge, right? And I'm walking you guys through how to fill the form. So yeah, they will ask you to share your GitHub project link. So you want to make sure that you only uploaded a public link. Don't go and don't worry, nobody will steal your idea. I mean, Google guys, they won't steal your code or anything. Just make sure that it is public, a public repository, so that they'll be able to access and also add a README file that they can read to know exactly what your code is about. I don't know how you guys developers do it, but README file is like very important. Yeah. And also, if you think that you don't want to use the public repository and you want to use a private repo, just make sure you had this email address as a collaborator so they'll be able to view it. Because if they are not able to view your solution and your code on GitHub, your submission will be disqualified, and we don't want that. So just add gdsc.solutionchallenge@gmail.com as a collaborator. That's if you want to use a private repository, but if you want to use a public, that's fine. Yeah, scroll down. Yes, so for the platform that you use, they want to know the kind of Google technology you use. Like I mentioned earlier, there are different technology that you can use. Android, Angular, Google Assistant, Firebase, Flutter, Google Cloud, Google Earth Engine, TensorFlow, AI, machine learning, progressive web apps, just anything you use in developing your solution. Make sure that you tick it at this section. Then we'll move to the next question. So the demo video guidelines. Um, so before you even record your demo video that you would submit. So right now, aside the GitHub link, you are also going to be submitting the demo video. So you don't want to just record yourself talking with presentation slides. No, they want to see you present what you've built. Let's say it's a website, just go through it, and it must not be over 2 minutes. So once it is over 2 minutes, they would not watch it past 2 minutes. So let's say you put all the important parts after 2 minutes, then of course they would not see that. So just make sure that your demo video is within the range of 2 minutes. Just show them the functionalities of your solution. You can have a voiceover in the background that will be talking about it. Even if your solution is not complete yet, make sure that you have an actual working prototype. Don't bring mock-ups or images or the Figma playthrough, Figma prototype stuff. Don't bring that. Bring something that is working. Even let's say, even if you've done just few pages and you've not done the login page, just make sure that it's something that is working, not just mock-ups that you designed and you are submitting. That's not going to make you qualify for the finals, for the top 50. So if you need inspiration on how to make your videos, they have different links here from Flow. Flow was the only African solution that made it to the top 10 finalist stage last year, 2021. Yes, and all of that. So you can always watch those videos to know how to make yours. And your video don't have to be shot with a professional camera. Like just make sure that your voice is clear and minimize background noise. So let's move to the next question. Okay, so for the YouTube link that you want to post, if you're familiar with posting on YouTube, you can either make your video public or private. Private in the sense that to be unlisted and only people with the link to your video will be able to find it. So if you upload a video and I try searching it and your video is under unlisted, I will not find it on YouTube unless you give me the link to go and watch your video, basically. So you can have it that way. Just make sure that your video is your the link to the video is accessible by people that will watch it, right? And also clearly describe your SDG goals and targets you are looking to solve with technology. So just in a maximum of 1,500 characters, just write about what you built and all of that. So that's your pitch. Pitch about, okay, this is the problem statement, you write on it, then the solution, then how you intend to solve it with the technology that you are using, basically. So that's for that part. Next question. Okay, so this is the writing part. They're asking how your solution address the challenge you are looking to solve. Yeah, so basically you're telling them how your solution solved the problem, the unique value proposition your solution is offering, basically, and what do you see as the future steps for your project? Are you looking to take the project on a long term scale, or it's just for the solution challenge and then you would leave it that way. Yeah. And so the next question, so like basically all these parts is just like the written version of your solution. So the first part was the technicals, submit the GitHub repo, then the second part, your YouTube link, and then the third part you write about what you've done, and then they want you to tell them how you've tested your solution. Like I mentioned, you must have deployed your solution and people must have started using it. It is not necessary it is perfect or like super super duper looking. Just make sure that people can use it and you get their feedback, and also they will ask you to input the outcome of your testing strategy, everything on this form. So the reason why, can we move to the next question? The reason why this submission process is like very long is because, like I said, we have over 1,500 clubs all over the globe, and you are competing with, so like those are just like the clubs. So now let's look at the number of teams that will come out from each club, and then you are competing with them. So you might have close to like 2,000 teams that will be competing. So it will be like very ethic, and the judging criteria will be very strict for them to choose it. Just the top 50 teams that will compete, right? So you want to make sure that you meet all these criteria. And then they're asking you to describe the architecture of that your team chose for the solution. Okay, what's feedback? Just next question, just continue scrolling up a bit down. Okay, so yeah, that's the whole process of submitting your demo. So like that's a very long thing, and I'll advise you that you copy all these questions that they ask, then and you go and start working on how to answer them. It is not on the day of deadline that you start running up and down to answer all these questions. There's no way you answer it efficiently as possible. So just make sure that you start working on this as soon as possible to be able to get to the top 50 stage, which is not easy to get to, right? But you want to put in your best, and it would really be nice if at least one team from UI get to the top 50 teams, right? But currently, we don't really have much people that are participating in this challenge. So yeah, thank you, Beta. You can stop sharing your screen. Does anyone have any question so I can attend to it? Deadline for submission is March 31st. Please put that in mind if you are looking to submit your solution in this challenge. And if you cannot participate this year, of course, it's a yearly thing. You can always participate next year. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Beda, can you take the closing remarks?
Thank you everyone for joining. I hope we all gain one or two from the events we had today. Wishing you all the best in your solutions. Thank you for joining once again. We'll come to the end of session. Thank you, Victoria, for taking us through the presentation. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye. Like and subscribe to our channel so you can get updates on our upcoming events. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you, Malayo, for joining. Thank you, Reda. Thank you, everyone. Bye.